Okay, so how was my experience here? Subway on 23rd and Wilshire. I think it was pretty good. I mean, I being the kind of person that I'm used to like super friendly like hi welcome, so it gets a little different when I walk in a place and everybody's quiet. But I do understand that a lot of people are tired, or like me, as like, I'm gonna be honest, as a black person, not everyone's always super excited to see me. So it depends on how I'm dressing. If I'm dressing really nice, then I get the politeness. If I'm not dressing the best, or when I used to be homeless, it wasn't always the best. But first of all, we're gonna do a few of these videos on this. I think these guys were really helpful. I think they were polite enough. I mean, they weren't disrespectful, they weren't rude. The guy that worked on my register, I think he was tired. He seemed a little tired. So, sometimes people are tired, especially when they've been working all day. So you can't always expect them to be jolly like you. So I try to definitely keep that in mind. But I won't lie that okay, he has his name tag. The other guy didn't have his name tag. This is one thing I do want to say about team effort. When you're working at a food restaurant, I want you to know that if you help your coworker always have their like working together, a lot of times you don't even want to like bother. Like if you're the manager, like just always having something. I think the best idea is, because keeping up with name tags is really hard, to be honest. It's not something that is like, because a lot of times it's not that people don't want to wear name tags. It's that they keep losing them and they keep taking them off. So there is an idea that I saw at a Starbucks over in 26th in Santa Monica in Wilshire. They had some people that sewed their names on the uniforms. I think that's so good. These employers should definitely, or business owners should definitely give them uniforms that have their name on it. Give them at least 3 shirts that have their name on it. I think they deserve it. Help them a lot more, so they're not so exhausted and they're not in trouble. And so when the big boss comes in, everything looks good. That's one last thing they have to think about, is their name tag, right? I always think they should always have. Sometimes it is really slow, but when it's slow like this, you always wonder, like when you go, like the store wasn't very tidy. Like this area is tidy, but because I'm a perfectionist and I've worked for the food industry before, whenever I saw that there were no customers, whenever I worked at the Pump Food Energy in New York City on Wall Street, and whenever I saw that there was no customers, I would definitely start cleaning the windows. I would keep myself busy, because I'm very grateful that I got hired. And not only that, I got hired at a really high-end restaurant, which they had celebrities that were coming there. Even if the celebrities may not be coming at your restaurant, do your boss a favor and just take over as if you were the owner and foresee everything. And whenever you have the time, just make sure that everything is tidy. And when I say like have the insight, like be able to see, we don't want to see dust or just like mold in any part of the area, because I'm the kind of person that's like that. I see these things and I'm like, ugh, ew, that's like so disgusting. Like versus in other restaurants where everything is tidy, you can make it tidy. I'll tell you one thing. I went to a restaurant one time in I went to a restaurant. I used to work at a restaurant in New York City. It was a restaurant / bar. And I was working, like, see, like the one thing that we would love for you to do, like these people are really nice. I love how they worked on my food. I loved how they were polite, and it's just like helping them think, because a lot of times people don't really think when they do certain things. So don't take this as an offense. Like, I'm not trying to offend you, because I know a lot of you guys are employees. We don't want you to feel like we're trying to pick on you or say you're not good enough, but there is a lot more. We want to sharpen you and make you better. Just keeping like using Windex to clean, because we want to have the big bosses come in and let them be happy that you're taking care of their restaurant and you're taking care of their customers, because they do care about their customers, but they need you to help them take care of their customers. We don't want you to ask for more money, but you're not getting the job done. Like, you see how this the machine right here is a little messed up. You see how there is dust. Whenever you see there's no customers at all, we don't want to come in. Bosses don't want to come in and see you standing around doing nothing, right? And also I do understand that sometimes when you get yourself busy doing other things, customers start coming in, but just be able to like run between the two and just like change your gloves frequently, right? So one thing was, there was a Chinese customer that was working there that came in, and I don't know whether it's because I asked for some pepper, some extra pepper, or it was because the employee sneezed before he started providing his food. So the employee sneezes, and instead of the employee changing their gloves, the employee literally just, I asked him, can you just help me with my bell pepper? So see, okay, let's talk about this real quick. Okay, hold on, give me a second. So here is the bell pepper. So here's the thing. Now, I had to ask for the bigger bag. Guys, if you're serving a big sandwich like this kind of bag is not a bad idea, but it's not the best idea, especially when a girl has a purse. Always be able, I know they always say like, give this little bag. That's a little different. Especially when you have more than one thing. You have a drink, you have 2 bags of chips, you have sauces. Please help us out. Don't make it such a hard. Customers need your help. We'd love when you think, right? Because the whole thing I was thinking the whole time was like, why didn't you give me this bag in the first place? Why didn't you just, it makes it so much easier, especially because I had a purse, I had my phone in my hand. Please, guys, let's think. And I know that you would think that this is only for like more than one. This is more than one item, right? You don't want to pack all those items in that one little bag. This is what these bags are for, right? So let's not be stingy, or I wouldn't say stingy, but let's not, I don't know the words to say for this, but yeah, definitely, like, you see how much easier this is? Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate him. Thank you so much. He was very kind. He was very polite. He wasn't as friendly as I expected him to be, but he was friendly enough. He didn't have like this attitude. A lot of people, when they see you recording, sometimes they don't know that you're not recording their face. You're just recording the actual content. So they might think you were trying to spy on them. Nobody's trying to spy on you. We're content creators, and we'd love to have stuff like this out. These are things that needs to talk about. This machine was not very tidy. Like the machine area, it's not bad, but it could have been a lot cleaner. Like there's certain spots that I didn't want to, like the trash was dirty. The trash area, guys, especially the trash area, when there's no customers at all, just start getting some bleach and spraying all over, like disinfectant wipes and stuff, and just spray all over. Like when I used to work at the restaurants, whenever I saw something that was just disgusting that made me not want to eat, I would automatically pick up some spray and something, and I would just start cleaning the area constantly. I love Spanish people, first of all, because I grew up around Spanish people. I grew up, Lucy hired me at Burger King, and Lucy was always super sweet. She was from Mexico. I loved her very much, but I was lucky, and I've always worked with Spanish people. So from my experience, Spanish people have always, most of them, not all of them, have always been super supportive of me as a Black person and super nice to me as a Black person. Not all of them. Now, a lot of them don't like homeless people, because homeless people literally ruin everything. None of us really like them. It's not the person, it's the mess, right? So thank God I'm not homeless anymore. So now I can focus on content creating and not worrying about someone kicking me out and judging me because of my experience. Now, when I used to work at that restaurant in New York City, it was like completely different for me. When I used to work, it was like I had to go, I literally, like, I could sense that there was filth in the kitchen. I could just sense it. So automatically I just started taking everything apart. There was this guy, he was a manager. I started taking everything apart. He was a Black guy. He was a manager. So I started taking everything apart, and I just started cleaning up. Sometimes when you're dealing with men, they don't like you to take over. They're afraid of you losing their job. When you see what they don't see and you make a difference in that place, they get very mad. And then they start finding different ways to throw you out. And that's what he did to me and made me feel. And so I was like, oh my God, I was like, why didn't you? First of all, he hires me off the books. I didn't ask him to hire me off the books. I had an ID. And so the whole time he's making me work, but he's not documenting my hours, where I'm sitting like guys, you have to pay attention, right, to your own hours. We're going to talk more about this.